So welcome everybody to this month's Power Call, multi-region Power Call, which is pretty exciting. We've got a handful of regions on tonight. The more the merrier. Love having everybody on. Congratulations to everyone who's plugged in. I think the world of people who plug into these calls. It's where it's at. I know you hear us say it all the time, but I just cannot stress enough. It's not a coincidence that you never see your VPs missing calls. They're always on them because you never know where you're going to be when you hear your $1 million tip. You know, like it could be anywhere. So good on you for being on. I'm so excited to bring tonight's training to you guys. Tonight, I really want to talk about just simplifying your business. You know, I think we confuse ourselves and we get stuck in here thinking about Arbonne and being distracted with that it makes us feel busier than we are if we just got it all out there. Can everyone relate to that? Who gets exhausted thinking about Arbonne? Who knows they think about it too much? Yeah, we're all there. We've all done it. We're all guilty of it. So let's get out of our heads and get some strategies and some things into place. It's going to help us be an income producing activity opposed to non-income producing activity. So what I wanted to talk to you about tonight, first off, is you all know I'm a big fan of your 2,500 building block. I've done a handful of trainings on this before, and just so happened yesterday I got an awesome boxer from our NVP, Kel, talking about how they were training about it at the NVP meeting, your 2,500 building block, and how important it is to create a business, how strong your business will be if you create a business based around this. So, and you know, just to give you an idea on that, because for some reason we hear 2,500 as personal sales and think that that's hard. You know, who hears that and thinks, I don't know how I'm going to do that? We can be honest, like it sounds like a hairy carry number a little bit, right? But do you know people who work in the sales industry, their minimum in a normal sales job is 10,000 a month? People who work with Telstra, people who work for car sales are ridiculous, as you can imagine. But like, I think it's so interesting that it just goes to show how much what we put in here we believe. The moment we associate 2,500 with hard, it becomes hard. The moment we associate it with a must-do number and said that, yeah, exactly, Barrett, crazy targets. What you have to hit there is just insane. 2,000, and not to mention you've got to go for a target of, say, 10,000 with a boss who's probably not the nicest person in the world, with a team of people that you don't particularly enjoy working with every day. Whereas here, we get to do our target that we choose with people that we enjoy working with and with people who we love calling up to for help. So it's something that's really something to be grateful for. So when I say 2,500, you know, when you break that down, if you do your 2,500 every month in personal sales, which when you really break that down, 2,000's like, you know, it's done quite simply. It really, really is. It's in here that we think it's hard and that we distract ourselves with that. And, you know, it's one of them things that in the beginning of your business, it might be like not as easy as it is later. My 2,500 is much easier for me to do than someone just starting, obviously, because I have built a client base of people that reorder. And that's what your aim is in this business. Never underestimate the power of residual income and residual products that run out. Like if you aim at this 2,500 as your PQV every month, after 12 months, you'll probably find that does that on your own. Now you have created an income that's going to keep on paying you. It's not like you're only working for that income this month. You're working to create a net income that's going to go forever and ever. Does that make sense? Like that's something really, really powerful to get a grip on that. When you really understand that, for me, when I really got the concept of that, there was no way in heck I was not doing it. It was too smart to leave on the table, to leave on the table forever that I could be having as that income coming in forever. So, and when you train this out to your organization, so say you're just starting today and you're fresh and you'll go, right, so I'm going to be a professional network marketer from here on out. My minimum every month is 2,500 PQV. Now you also have an idea of what you're going to train your new consultants when they come in. If you've got a handful of new consultants coming in, you now know what to train them on. We want to train on your 2,500 per month. You know, when you are doing your 2,500 plus 3, that's area manager. when you are doing your 2,500 plus 15 people, that's region. And when you are doing it plus 63 people, that's nation. The only difference between you where you are now and me in a region position is time. I've just been doing it longer. I've just been finding the numbers and finding more people and continuing to offer. It is the only difference, guys. So it's one of those things, if you keep, it's only a matter of time before you have 63 people in your organization and you're a nation. And it goes on and on and on from there. You know, I listened to an awesome DA the other night. I sent it to you, Brooke. Can you remember it? Camilla E? Was it? I think. Anyway, she said, yeah, she says in there that it's a statistic that 95% of people who do network marketing consistently for 10 years will be in the top, oh, now I've forgotten it, the top 1% income earners. Was that it, Brooke? Yes. Of all of network marketing. Yes, that's right. Sorry, I should have wrote that down. It just escaped my mind. But yeah, like, and she goes, I don't know about you, but that's, to me, that's better odds than buying a lotto ticket, right? It just is. It's just that consistency thing, that finding something small that you can do and doing it consistently. It's not, I'm going to go and sell $10,000 worth of Arbonne every month and, you know, do this thing. It's finding, oh, can everyone hear me?
Not really.
Oh, is it working now?
Yeah, it just sort of keeps cutting out.
Why is it doing that?
You're good now, Danny. Just
good?
just do it, yeah.
Okay. Sorry guys, I don't know why it's doing that. Bloody technology. Yeah. So it's just, that's what I was saying. It's find what works for you. You might have 5 hours a week that you can give Arbonne and that's it. And the next person might have 10. Whatever it is, find what you can do. Find the target that you can hit and be like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do consistently to create a huge residual income. You know what? It's like, you know how water doesn't cut through a rock straight away. It cuts through because it's persistent and consistent. Like, it just keeps on going. And this is what Arbonne is. It's the exact same thing. It's doing something little every day when you're not noticing any results and you're not noticing anything at all, and it gets frustrating, but you just keep on pushing through and you just keep on trying. And before you know it, you're through the rock and you've created a residual income. That's how this works. You've created a massive base of clients and team members, and it's gone on and on from there. So anyway, I won't keep pushing on that. I just hope so much you get the message of that, because that's probably the biggest thing that I didn't get the concept of, and it held me back so much. And then once I got the concept of how big this is, I really went through for it, and I made 2,500 my minimum PQV, and I mastered how to do that. So everything else around that is not your job. Your job is to master that, and then you just show others how you mastered that. That's it. See how, does that just feel like it's more simplified? Like, you know, just feel like a weight's being lifted a little bit, because it did for me when I first heard it. Like, it's not my job to help everyone else reach their 2.5. It's my job to reach mine, and just consistently reach mine, and others can see through how I do it, how they do it. And that's all this business is. So, and like I said, before you know it, it grows to there. So, and your 2,500 that's not sponsoring people, guys. That's you. That's your client base, and taking care of your clients and being the best Arbonne consultant that you can be, so that you can train other, you know, if you want phenomenal, you've got to be phenomenal. If you want to attract great people into your team, you've got to be great. And that's how you're going to do that. So, and obviously your ultimate goal, like your 2,500, your minimum, your ultimate goal is your DM bonus. You know, you see people who are at, you know, our ENVPs and that, who are at every single challenge trip and stuff, which are all earned off your central district, right? It's also where you get paid the most, is on your central district, and it's where all the incentives come from. Guys, they earn every single incentive because they have created a massive client base who reorder. So every month their central district is singing because of their client care they've been doing for the last 10 years or 5 years or however long it is. Not because they're still out in massive activity doing, you know, handfuls and 5 to 10 parties every month. They've done that. They've put the hard yards in, and now they take care of their clients, and they've got a massive client base. So I hope that makes sense. So I really wanted to stress that tonight about simplifying your business and knowing what your job is, because sometimes we get so hairy and everything else. So I wanted to go back to that now. And so when you started, what does 2,500 look like? I love this breakdown. So when you start a new consultant, they buy one success pack and say they sell 8 ASVP packs, that's 2,500. They might buy 2 success packs. So now they sell 6 ASVP packs. That's 2,500. So right away when you start a new consultant and they say to you, what do I need to do? You can say, right, this is how many ASVP packs you need to sell. Boom. You go from there. And guys, always know, like, I always look at it when I'm presenting to someone, when I'm doing a one-on-one or I'm hosting a presentation, I want to give people the best deal that they can get. And to me, the best deal is not spend $210 and get a free gift. The best deal are our ASVP packs. They're 40% off. And I want my clients to get the best deal. I want them to get the most amount of products into their bathroom that they can for the best dollar value. So I'm always leading with the ASVP packs. I always have them updated, laminated with me everywhere I go, along with the little free item sheet, so that I'm ready to give them the best deal that they can get. Okay. And you can figure out their goals based on their numbers then. So say they say, okay, I want to go district manager this month. You can show them this. Okay, so if we get a new consultant who buys 1 success pack and sells 8 ASVPs, and they say, yep, I know a friend who's really interested. Right, let's do a business appointment. We do a business appointment with her and explain to her, you know, the 2,500, you sell this many a month, and, you know, so on and so forth. You're giving them they can see what they need to do straight away. Instead of, you tell someone you need to do 6,000 PQV, that is so like, where, how, like, you know, that sounds like a lot of money. Where am I going to pull that from? You need to show them that looks like this, and this is how we're going to do it. Okay. So look at your calendar and ask yourself, are you in enough income producing activity? Everything feels hard, stressful, hairy, over the top when you're not in activity, because we live in here in them moments, and we look at our QV, and I always say, when you start to feel like your self-worth is your QV is your self-worth, you know you're in a really bad spot, okay? Because it's never, ever, ever the case, and it just means we need to get into some more activity. And guys, all you have to do is call your upline, and they'll say, right, this is how we're going to help you get into more activity. Don't ever feel like you're stuck. You are never, ever, ever stuck. There are always ways out. If you can't see them, just call and ask someone else for help, because I can guarantee someone around you can, and they would love to help you. So our income producing activity looks like Discover Arbonne's, business appointments, launches, product presentations, tote bags, and offering the business. That is business producing, income producing activity. Non-income producing activity is thinking about Arbonne, makes you feel and look busy, it's exhausting, and people around you even say, geez, you must have been paid so much this month because you were so busy. Do you feel like, man, I should have got $1 million paycheck for that month, I was so busy? You look at your calendar and you did 1 business appointment. The rest of the time you thought about Arbonne and watched motivational videos. Like, it's just not income producing activity. And I say that because I've been there, because I was that person. I can relate to it so much. Returning emails is not income producing activity. Being on the computer, Facebook posting is not income producing activity, guys. I really want to stress that a bit, because it's something we see a lot, and there's lots of social media training out there. I really recommend that you get on that, because the thing with Facebook and social media that you have to realize is, it's not just about you once you post on Facebook. You're about all of Arbonne. You're representing all of us the moment you do a post and put Arbonne on it. So just know that. And like, I always think before I do a post that I am representing every single face in here. I'm representing every single face who ever said yes to Arbonne with this post. And I want to make sure it upholds everyone and that it's worthy of that. And I've done lots of social media training. There's great programs. There's like the Pajama Bosses are fantastic. There's heaps of really cool social media training you can do, and you can find that yourself. I just went Googling and found some social media training. Eric Worre has some awesome social media trainings just to make sure that my posts were in line with that of a professional, because that's the caliber I want to attract with my posts as well. So really look at your Facebook posts. But I do know that when I'm doing them posts, that doesn't come into my income producing time. That's outside of that. These things are important, but they're not guarantees. Your activity is guaranteed. So talking to your upline as well, that's another thing that's not income producing. You know, we book in all this stuff into our calendars and our calendars look full, but just strip back sometimes and have a look at what's income producing. What's going to create your 2,500 building block? Because ultimately that is your only real focus is mastering the skills to create that. When you work consistently, you will not have to work constantly. Like I was saying before, how many hours a week can you do? Commit to it, master it, and that's how it's done. Does that make sense, everyone? Is that how you're feeling with that? Can everyone hear me okay? Awesome. Good stuff. So the other thing I wanted to share with you guys tonight before I hand it over to our awesome guest speakers is I just have 10 of the top 10 skills for me that when I mastered really, really changed my business. And I used to master these skills early in the morning, late at night, places, you know, where most people are watching TV, having cups of coffee and, you know, chilling. I used to really zone in on mastering my skills. I did a post to my team today because I found my very first DA script. It was this thick. Cannot believe people said yes to me when I presented that. I must have had lots of enthusiasm. But when I went back and I read it, like all I had done is written out Cassandra House's DA word for word. It took me 2 weeks, like hours a day for a couple of weeks, wrote it out, and then I typed it out and I just put me in it. I just changed her story with my story. I changed things that she said that, you know, is her style of talking to my style of talking. So it was real and it was authentic. And I used to read off my script at DAs. Nicole, you could remember me reading off the script at DAs. I used to just do that. And you know what, guys, after doing that over and over and over and over again, it becomes like your favorite song that you know. You just know it like off by heart, and I had mastered it. I had mastered how to present a DA. Tick. Then I moved on to the next thing to master. But I would not move on from that until I had it mastered, and it changed the entire face of my business, changed everything. When I ran into people and I knew that like the back of my hand, can you imagine how powerful that is to be able to confidently go into what you're talking about knowing that you've mastered it? I'm such a believer that fear is not of what you're about to say, it's of being unprepared of what you're about to say, not knowing, worried that you're going to get it wrong, fumbling, you know, looking like an amateur. You hold the power to do that. And, you know, when you see your vice presidents and people presenting and you think to yourself, man, I wish I could present like that. Just know that they didn't just get up and present like that. There's been so much blood, sweat and tears that went into that behind the scenes. They probably spoke, oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it just went all staticky across my screen. Yeah, so much goes on, you know, into it behind the scenes that we don't see, and that's what creates that. So my top 10 skills to master are: 1, your I story, 60-second story. It's so important to master that. Actually, before I move on, I can see that you're on, Jess. Where are you? Can you talk for us, love? I'm so proud of this kid.
Yep, I'm here.
You're here? How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So me and at the moment I'm doing with my central region, every Sunday I'm posting a training, and then I'm touching base with like a coaching call challenge, and everyone who's reaching out to me are having like a 10-minute coaching call to reflect on that training. And this week we did your 60-second story, and Jesse was the first one off the bat for a coaching call, and his 60-second story just absolutely rocked. I would love it, Jess, if you could share that with us tonight. Could you please?
Yeah, no worries. That's fine.
Awesome. It's so good. Take it away, honey.
Okay, so pretty much my story is, pretty much for the, previously I was working for Telstra. I did absolutely love that job. I was an advocate for the company. I loved turning like the negative customers into positive customers. I'd been working for them for about 5 years, but then slowly, obviously, just started to realize that what I was working towards wasn't actually the big picture that they had for me. So they weren't really keeping their promises. They weren't able to deliver the outcome that they had me working for. I decided to walk away and pretty much just reevaluate my life and what I was doing. I chose to study and learn, just something that would actually give me my own income and that I could actually work from home and do my own business. That's when Carmen, long-time childhood friend, rang me out of the blue, and she introduced me to the opportunity of Arbonne. And basically, Arbonne's a network marketing company, something that I thought I'd never, ever actually be doing. From having not so positive experiences with network marketing in the past and being offered opportunities from other people. But she was like adamant. She was really excited. I could really hear it in her voice as well. I really trusted her, being a childhood friend that I'd grown up with from such a young age. Since then, though, I mean, this company has given me and my partner Cameron absolutely more than we could ever ask for, basically, in regards to our focus, our drive, our direction, where we're going. And also just the courage just to think outside the box and to dream big. We've really got hope backing us now, like in regards to what our futures are going to be. And it's just absolutely amazing. I can't recommend it enough. Basically, that's it.
That was awesome, Jess. How good was that, guys? If someone said that to you, would you be like, I so want to know more about that? That just sounded awesome. It was so good. Okay. I'm so proud of you. That was just awesome. So that's a big skill that you need to master, is your 60-second story. Get that down pat, because it's so powerful. It's so powerful. So the second one is mastering how to do a business appointment. I love how in the 60-second story training by Temelin Platts, she says in there, we hear all the time you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but you can. You absolutely can. And you can. You can come across like a shark, you know, throwing it, making them feel like they should do this or they're going to fail in life, and you shouldn't be at uni because you're paying someone else and you probably won't even get a job when you're finished. And I have heard everything come out, and I'm like, whoa, you can say the wrong thing. And it's so important to understand that and master the right things to say. Take responsibility for that, guys. It's your business. Are you mastering these things that are going to take your business from good to great? Master our Arbonne story, the opportunity. I say to my team, watch a DA every single day until you have that down pat. And there are so many amazing DAs that you can watch. Master how to bring Arbonne up in conversation. That's number 4. Number 5 is master your powers. That's our system to success on iDesign. Watch that, guys, over and over again. Them videos are incredible. And we've had amazing VPs take the time to record themselves for you. Do you know how cool? I think we're like the only nation in the world that have that. It's super cool. Number 6 is how to follow up. There are so many trainings on that too. Fortune is 100% in the follow-up. Or what was the last one? Sorry. How to bring Arbonne up in conversation. Okay, 1, your 60-second story. 2, how to do business appointments. 3, mastering the Arbonne story. 4, how to bring Arbonne up in conversation. 5, your powers, your system on iDesign. 6 is how to follow up. That's okay, don't be sorry. 7 is how to answer rejection and close with another exposure. So powerful, guys. The average person's not going to say yes straight away. That doesn't mean they're not interested. Okay, it's so important to learn that. There's a great story, great training on the source, and it's called What to Say When Your Prospect Says. Awesome training to help you with that. And, you know, a little tip, like if I ring up someone and ask them to come to a DA and they say, I just can't tonight, Denny, I've got this happening and the kids are sick or whatever, I always say, that's fine, no worries. Would you like me to let you know when the next one's on? Or if I call someone and ask if they can host a presentation for me and they go, it's a really bad month, or I just don't know anyone, I've not long moved here, I just don't know anyone. That's okay, that's cool, I totally understand. Do you mind if I give you a call in like 4 weeks and just see if the situation might have changed and you might be able to do one then? Yeah, Danny, no worries. Now they're expecting another call. I haven't just burnt that bridge and cut it off. I'm going to keep reconnecting with that. Eventually, they're going to just do a party so you'll stop calling them. You're pleasantly persistent. You know, do it with a smile. Now, hey? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nicole Barrett, I was pleasantly persistent, wasn't I? And it was bloody worth it, I can tell you. So funny. Number 8 is the importance of your personal development. Number 9 is how to book a presentation. Your wording on that. There's so much on iDesign to help you with that, so much. And number 10 is how to get activity from activity. I will never leave a presentation without something, without another form of activity. I see it as a dead end otherwise, and I can't deal with that. So there's got to be something else there from that, whether it's offering them a sports party next. Let's do a ultimate fitness presentation, or someone's interested in the business, or whatever it might be. Like, there's always something else that you can go for from there. So become an expert in what you do and master new skills, or you'll be left behind. That's a quote from the United States government. The United States President, Donald Trump. Become an expert. If you don't master new skills, you will be left behind. And it is so true. So I would love to now hand over to our MVP, Kelly. Kel, can you just share? I was just so inspired by Kel yesterday, and I asked her when we spoke, and I asked her if she would mind sharing her 30 days to healthy living journey, because I've been watching her and she's been so committed to it and so incredible on it. And I would just love you to share with us your experience, Kel, and any recommendations and stuff for us.
Yeah, right. So when Danny asked me to share this, I was going to write a few things down, but I just thought it's best to speak from the heart with this, because this was something that was very much personal. Like, for me, it was a personal decision, and I just got to the point where I just had enough. I'd had enough of not finding the time for myself. I had before Arbonne, PDH background and education, and I was always super fit and healthy, played lots of sport, did triathlons and all that sort of stuff. And anyone who's a mum or anything, you have kids, and you get, when you first have kids, your world changes. And I had 2 in a very short space of time, so like 2 within 3 years. And I just sort of got to a point where business was great, and I just needed something to change. And it was about finding time for me and getting back to being healthy and exercising, because yes, business was great and no one else would notice, but I didn't feel like me. I was 15 kilos heavier than what I was pre-baby. And I was actually a little bit more. So I was a little bit more than 15 kilos, about 18, and then I'd lost a couple. But when I started the 30 Days to Healthy Living, I was actually 15 kilos heavier than pre-baby. And I was just like, what are my kids going to learn? Like, a mum that doesn't exercise. Yes, I eat healthy, but not the best that I can. And they're watching everything I do. And it just sort of, it became like a personal journey. So I just decided, I said to my husband, enough's enough. I'm sick of not fitting. I've got a box of clothes that I cannot wear, and they're beautiful. And I was still wearing my maternity clothes, and I kept saying I've just had a baby, and Finn is 13 months old. I did not just have a baby. And even though everyone's like, oh, you look fine and all this stuff, I didn't feel like me, and it was time. And I literally got to the point where I was like, enough is enough. I've had a gut full of this crap. I'm throwing my maternity clothes out. I'm fitting into my old clothes. The box is like next to me in the office, so I can't wait to get it out. And I wanted to lose 8 kilos by December 1. That was like a physical sort of challenge for me. I wanted to be consistent with my exercise. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to, mentally be stronger and be happier and give off any like positive energy. And you speak to people and they're like, okay, well you do those things, but it wasn't to the level that I was. And that something's changed and been good for you when you have someone really close to you say, I feel like this challenge is amazing. I'm like, yeah, I feel really good. They're like, no, you're like the old Kelly. And I'm like, yeah, but anyone in Arbonne, you guys don't know me before children. I've always been pregnant, breastfeeding, or just had a baby. So you would like, it's not just about how I look, but that's just how you know me. And I just sort of felt like half the person that I was. Like I just hadn't felt like me. So anyway, that's the story about why I'd sort of decided. I just had a gutful and I was like, right, enough's enough. And I can't go out and do anything like hardcore exercise. I just have to do like, you know, a little bit. And I thought, well, it's like anything. Consistency is, you know, we learn all about consistency. And if we consistently do something, it really, really, you know, changes you and changes the way you look and you feel and the way you act. So I just thought, right, I'm going to walk for 30 minutes to 40 minutes every single day. I'm going to do clinical Pilates twice a week, and I have to do clinical Pilates just because I've got a few things with my back and after kids and all that sort of stuff. And that's all I've stuck to in terms of exercise. Food, I literally have been eating super clean, and if you download the stuff on the 30 Days to Healthy Living from the source, like there's some really great materials and it tells you exactly what you know, it sort of says this is what you need to cut out, but this is what you replace it with. And I just thought, you know, the 80-20 rule is great, but I'm going to go like flat out hardcore for 60 days, see what happens. I'm 5 kilos down. I feel great. I've been consistent in it. I'm sleeping better. And all of these sorts of stuff, and everything's just kind of happening, and people are contacting me and messaging me, and, you know, I'm plotting my journey on Facebook. So if you haven't watched any of my videos, watch that. I'm up to day 45, and that's day 45 and I'm 5 kilos down, and we've kind of been hovering there. But I didn't just do it for the weight loss. I did it for that. I did it because I want my kids to see their mum as healthy and exercising. I didn't want to be the person that every year puts on a kilo and the next thing you know they're 40 kilos heavier than what they were. I wanted to be confident and comfortable in my own skin. I wanted to be able to jump on the trampoline with my kids. I wanted to, you know, feel good and start their life off great. And I thought, you know, I can't use them as an excuse anymore. Like, they're actually sponges and they soak up everything that we do. And in terms of, like, you know, clean eating and things like that, that's just been fantastic. But our nutrition is next level amazing. Like, you can eat clean and do these things without it, but I am telling you that our nutrition is the reason why I've stuck to it. I've not had cravings. I feel amazing. I've had the weight loss that I've had. I've got the energy that I have. Like, if you're not going through like a box of fish sticks a month, I don't know how you're surviving. Like, seriously, those things are amazing. And no alcohol, no coffee, and I loved coffee. And I loved going out to the cafe and having a coffee and doing all those sorts of things. I'm not saying you can't do that, but instead of doing that, I have a fish stick and I take the kids to the park. I don't make them sit at a cafe that they don't want to sit at. You know, we go for walks in the morning. As a family, we're going. Andrew started exercising. Like, it's phenomenal. And it's honestly our nutrition. And, you know, people say, oh, but the vegan protein, it's got, you know, a really high sugar content. It's got a little bit higher sugar content, but it's low GI sugar. And it's there because it helps you curb the cravings. If you're having a protein shake, it keeps you fuller for longer, like a meal replacement. It keeps you fuller for longer and you get less cravings. Like, it's all amazing. And I'm telling you, that if you want to be a product of the product, you should start using that. And apart from that, if you buy one of the ASVP packs, and this is a little bit of, you know, me breaking it down because someone was like, oh, that's really expensive. And I'm like, well, it's actually not, because I buy like an ASVP pack. I also buy our nutrition bars and I buy our pure protein boost, because if you put a scoop of that in with your meal replacement, it keeps you way fuller for longer. Also with that, you can make these amazing healthy pancakes. There's so much you can do. It's like phenomenal, but it works out when you break it down that 30-day pack, about $3 a day. That's what you're paying for. That's your breakfast. Yes, in my breakfast shake, I use coconut water and almond milk and some, you know, raspberries and stuff. So about $3 a day, that's your breakfast. That's your, you know, snack, because I have like a proper shake in the morning for breakfast, but then for afternoon tea, if I get hungry, I'll just have, you know, 2 scoops with water. So that's your afternoon tea. If you have like one of our nutrition bars, which are phenomenal and keep you so full. They're amazing. And then for lunch, eat clean and all of that. But for $3 a day, I'm having breakfast, I'm having a snack, I'm having, 1 to 2 fizz sticks, I'm having, so that's my drink. I'm also having a cup of tea. I've got my greens balanced. Like, it is not expensive and it's just phenomenal. Now, that's me personally, and I've changed. I've got more energy. I'm happier. I'm doing more things. I'm fitting into my clothes. I wore a shirt today, and I told you it's not just about the weight loss, but I will, do my meditation stuff. But I wore a shirt today I haven't been able to wear for 2 years. I'm like, hey, Andrew, check this out. And he's like, yeah, it's great. It's a shirt. And I go, no, but this shirt hasn't been on my back for 2 years, and I got it out of my box. And he's like, oh, wow, go you. It's honestly, it'll change your life. And in terms of business, so in that 45-day period, I'm now ordering my 3rd protein boost, pure protein boost. I'm onto my 3rd meal replacement shake that I've just ordered. I've got my 3rd box of nutrition bars. And I'm on to reorders. And just think, if you are being a product of the product and you teach your whole team to start using the nutrition and things like that, imagine the difference in our business. Yes, we all use, all the other products, but if you incorporate the nutrition, you're actually going to be healthier, feel healthier, be the best version of you, have more energy, sleep better, all that sort of stuff. But your business is going to increase as well. So it's just got this ripple effect. And you might think buying it all at once might just be a big hit bank account. But $3 a day, and I used to pay $5 for a coffee. I can hear.
Have you been yelling? Have you been yelling?
I can hear someone saying, "Have you been yelling?"
Can everyone just mute yourself?
Just mute yourselves, guys. So funny. Can you mute them, Danny?
I'm having a sorry. I gotta find who it is.
Don't know. But it's $3 a day, and that's literally, like I said, breakfast, 2 snacks, a tea every day, my fizz sticks. I also use the Fido Sport Hydration, all that stuff, and that's still cheaper than me going and buying a takeaway coffee every day, which I got into the habit of doing. I was having a coffee every day. And the effects on how you are, it's just amazing. So is there anything else you wanted me to add, Jenny? Anything specific?
No, that was awesome, honey. I just wanted you to share because you just look.
One last thing. As of January, Arbonne nationally is going to start a really big movement on our nutrition products, because we've only just got a heap of them, and the same amount of stuff kind of that America has. They've got a little bit more, but we are starting an initiative like that. So apart from the support documents that are already on the source, which, you can do your measurements and stuff like that. And I'm really freaking out because I'm going to show you my after photos after 60 days. I'm hyperventilating about that. Anyway.
Yes.
But apart from that, they're going to be giving you actual meal examples on what to eat, because something that my husband said and Nicole Barrett also said to me, it was so funny. They both said it. They were you can be gluten-free, dairy-free, but not flavor-free. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to eat anything. But there's just so much you can have. And if I actually really cannot have anything else other than my shake for breakfast, because I just feel weird and wrong. I'm just I just can't do it. I used to have a coffee and 2 pieces of toast. What's that do? It's like eating dust. It doesn't give you anything. So, anyway, that's it from me. But get ready for that, because it's a huge movement. If you're not onto it, start it. Make January just non-negotiable. Just know that it's not been easy to do it for 45 days, because I have to make a choice every day. If Andrew that I know I shouldn't be eating, I'm okay, I've got to make and be strong in that moment. But I just think make your decision and be consistent, and your life's going to change. I'm telling you. It's amazing. But that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Kel. You look so great. I can just, we're so fortunate, guys, to have an MVP that leads from the front like that. Like, she's out there, she's doing it, she's showing us that it works, and you can see it in her. She's absolutely glowing. You look stunning, Kel. I feel so privileged to have you on talking tonight and telling us about that, and it's just awesome. So thank you so much. Next, I'd love to hand over to our VP, Brooke Linkenbach. Brooke, can you share with us? Brooke is a super clever and sassy beautician, skin specialist, and I just love the way she explains the Genius Ultra and the power of this device. And you might have already heard it before, but you're going to hear it again because, you're mastering it. The more you hear it, the better. And I've heard it from Brooke so many times, and I just want to record her and play it over and over again because what she says are just gems to really help you what to say at presentations and stuff. So I'll stop talking. Take it away, Brooke.
Well, thanks for that, Danny. Thanks for having me on tonight as well. So hi, everyone. So we probably have learnt a whole lot about the Ultra Genius and, Genius Ultra. What information I'm going to give you guys tonight isn't something that you really need to kind of, it's good to have this information, but keeping it simple is probably the best kind of way to present this amazing device. And I'll give you some really quick little tips to keep it simple, and then also some more information if someone is starting to fire some big questions at you as well. So we'll have both ends for you. But keep it simple in a product presentation, and if someone starts asking them more kind of in-depth questions, you'll have the information to give them. So first of all, sound wave technology and transdermal technology has been used for many, many years. It's been used in hospitals to get different medications down into if they can't do it through intravenous and that type of thing. So the technology has been around for a while, but obviously with technology, it's grown and changed and become a little bit safer for us to use. So way back in the day when I first became a beauty therapist when I was 18, so nearly 16 years ago, we used to use a technology called galvanic, where they used to have a positive pole and a negative pole, and there was an electric current running through the client laying on the bed. And some of the contraindications were as if you had a pacemaker, if you had any fillings, you might get a metal taste in your mouth and those type of things. So that's pretty full on to think about the exact same technology that we've now put into a handheld device, pushing it through with sound wave, not using electric current, how much the industry has grown in regards to using equipment in treatment. So the treatment and the philosophy behind infusing ingredients has been around for a long time. So first of all, know that we didn't create that technology. We've just been able to create it through a sound wave technology. Through the sound is so minute that we can't even hear it, that it vibrates the cells so much that the cells vibrate and the ingredients gets a better absorption into the skin. So pretty much it's ricocheting the cells, so the ingredients is put into the skin at a much faster rate. So when we're thinking about that, we're going to have better efficacy of that product. It's going to get into the skin quicker. We're going to have a better economic use as well. So it's going to give better results for our consumers. So they're going to be saving money as well when you think about it that way, because they're going to get better bang for their buck, so to speak. So it is, I guess, the technology of the modern user for skincare. So a consumer can go to a salon and get an advanced facial treatment with a treatment called iontophoresis, which is the exact same technology that we've been able to create through a sound wave technology. So these advanced facial treatments are happening for like $120 in the facial room through a big machine. If you can actually see my machine, I've got it here. There is no way I could take it to a product presentation. The machine I had in my salon, it's huge, right? So Arbonne's put it into this awesome little handheld device, and it's now can go anywhere with us on holidays. It can be used with so many different products, and it's completely 100% safe. So I guess, first of all, we need to just understand the mechanics of the skin. So we talk about sensitive skins, pH level of the skin, and that type of thing. So the pH level of the skin is a healthy balance of the lipids and the oil, the lipid and the water balanced on the skin. So when that's impaired, we can dump ingredients into the skin really quickly. So we just have to be careful with anyone that does have sensitive skins, and you go and put them onto the RE9 renewal serum, and then you get them to use the Ultra or the Genius device, because it's going to push it in a lot quicker. So always just make sure and ask your customer, you know, how their skin's feeling before just putting them on, because you wouldn't want to use the RE9 serum with the device in a product presentation if they've got sensitive skin, and then they'll get this massive response to the product rather than a reaction. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. So when we have perfectly functioning skin, those lipid layers and the water layers are working at complete complexion of health. So sometimes when we're using ingredients with our fingertips, we can't push down through that barrier of the skin. So that's why using a device like this is allowing it to get into the skin quicker and more effective, a more effective way. Does that make sense? Because using our fingertips doesn't allow to get full potential of the ingredient into the skin. So we almost waste a little bit and leave a bit on the surface, and it doesn't get in. Through using this device, it's really allowing that penetration, full absorption, full bang for your buck for your product. You're getting it into your skin quicker, faster, more effectively, giving better efficacy of that product as well. And you're going to start getting those faster skin results. So in a product presentation, we would be, you know what, this product is amazing, and we'll give them the knowledge that we know about Arbonne and Pure Safe Beneficial and the 9 key anti-aging elements off the slides, off the Ultimate Glow presentation. And they would just have to trust in our word that this product was great and that it will start working for you in a 24-hour period, and you'll get those fantastic skin results within a 4-week period of time. Where now you can, in a product presentation, do it on one side of the face and do it in a spot where it's really visible to one person, and you can show them that instant visible result like straight away. So you can really start using that to your advantage on selling your ASVP packs and getting that good value out of their pack, like Danny was saying. So guys, like this Genius will help you in your product presentations. It's our game changer for us. It's really going to give the customer that quick, fast result without needing to trust in us to spend the 360, is it 360? Oh God, I'm on the spot. See, 360.80, I think it is, you know, for them to trust in us that this product is amazing. They can now see straight away visibly that this is what's actually, you know, going forward and how amazing the product is. So know that the device as well isn't actually adding any better value to the product. The product is already amazing. It's just a device to push the ingredient in. So it's the actual ingredient that is changing the way the skin is looking, but the device is pushing it in quicker. Yeah, does that make sense as well? So if we were to stop using the device, so we wouldn't be using skincare, our skin would then, I guess if you're not using skincare, your skin isn't going to have the effects of using good skincare. So people say to me, well, how long does it last for? Well, it's however long you're using skincare, I guess, is the best way to respond to that question. So if you stop using your RE9, well, then your skin will start to get dry and dirty and that type of thing. So, yeah. What else can I say about it? So yeah, is that enough info, or
Awesome.
Ask me some questions.
Yeah, I love how factual it is, and just explaining how it works and the levels of the skin, and it was great. Yeah, and I love the tip in there about It's not the Ultra, it's the product. The Ultra's just pushing it through. That's just such a great
Yeah, definitely. And just, it's a sound wave technology that is vibrating the cells so much that the ingredient is getting absorbed into the skin quicker.
Yeah.
So we can do it with, the only ingredients that I wouldn't do it with is your, anyone with severe acne, because our whole Clear Future range is about bringing it out, bringing that bacteria out of the skin and flushing out the pore. I definitely wouldn't use it with an SPF because that's designed to sit on the surface of the skin and protect the skin from the UVA ray. But it's fantastic for your serums, the Calm range. Get into it with most things, the oil. Yeah. But just, the SPF and the anything with for acne skins, I would stay clear of. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, it is. It's awesome. And, just the last handful of presentations I've done these last couple of weeks, and I just do that. And every time, especially the model, always purchases it. Always. It's an extremely powerful tool to have, guys. You will sell it like hotcakes. It is it's incredible. I got my mum to be my model for me. Bang, sold. Like straight away. She's like, oh my goodness, looking at herself when she saw the difference. So don't underestimate it. If you haven't got one and aren't putting it onto people's faces and trying it, you won't be sold on it. The moment you're sold on it yourself, you'll be like, my goodness. Yeah, very powerful product. Awesome. Thanks so much, Brooke.
No worries.
Okay, so just closing up tonight, guys, I really wanted to touch quickly on GTC next year. And I cannot stress enough, when I started this business, I started in July, the 31st of July, so August. And when everyone started talking about GTC at the end of that year, that was in 2014. When everyone no, that was in 2013. Well, anyway, that year I had just gone district by Christmas and everyone was talking about GTC and I was like, no way I can go to GTC. It just was not even on my radar at all. The following year in the earlier months, I went into area qual and I decided to go to GTC. So to go to GTC for us was super hard. My husband was in the third year of his electrical apprenticeship. We just built a house. I'd just gone area manager and I really, really wanted to go. So I actually sold my dirt bike, which was a lot. I cried and everything. It was pretty awful. 2014. So it was 2013 that I signed into the business. 2014 was my first GTC. I decided to go, so I sold my bike and I left. And it was the best thing I ever did because, when I landed from GTC, I went first step region the month I landed. And I don't know about you guys who listened to Tamlin's 60-second story, but she said when she landed from GTC, her phone was buzzing and she had so much stuff happening. And she said it was because she declared that she was going nation. I believe it was that, and everyone had just seen that she was at GTC. It's like you're putting your money where your mouth is. Everyone's like, oh my goodness, they're actually doing it. They're in Vegas. Like, I've heard about this Arbonne thing they're doing, but she's actually doing it. Do you know what I mean? That is very, very powerful. So what I just wanted to say to you guys about that is totally understand if it's not on your radar. It's not up the road. It's a big deal. But I'm a very big believer in as well in the law of attraction, and what you put out there, you get. So if you put it out there and see yourself at GTC next year and you want that, put it on your radar, guys. Think about it, because unfortunately, when the year I left, I went to GTC, it wasn't sold out. I bought my ticket literally, it was like a handful of weeks before the conference. This time, we don't have that luxury. GTC will be sold out in the next couple of months for sure, if not even by the end of the year. I would not be surprised if it's sold out. I registered today, so excited for it, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. I haven't sorted out my children. I have no idea. I just know I'm going. So I just really wanted to put that on your radar. Kel, do you want to really quickly share GTC and what it did for you? Because I know for me, I thought I believed in this business, but GTC was like, wow, I get it. I finally get it. It took the business from my head to my heart 100%. And I come home and just absolutely exploded. So I cannot recommend enough that if there is any way, shape or form that you can go, oh, you will be so glad you left. Yeah, Kel, is there anything you want to say on GTC just closing tonight?
Yeah, Denny's absolutely right. So exactly what she said. If you put it on your radar and you put it out there, I think that you'll go. And we're not saying if you don't go, you're not going to be successful, but it's definitely the most phenomenal thing I've ever been to. So my first GTC, I was walking the stage as a executive regional vice president, and I knew this business was big and all that sort of stuff, but it cemented to me. It's like when you're a VP, we have Arbonne Lives and they talk to us about, you know, what's happening. And then we have NVP Lives and just with all the national vice presidents and regional vice presidents. And that sort of helps you to respect exactly the sort of company that you're a part of. But when you go to GTC, like AAC is fantastic. So have that on your radar too, especially if you cannot attend GTC. But GTC is like another realm. It's like, I don't know, AAC on steroids, but it's literally, it actually cements the company that we are a part of. And Denny's exactly right. It wasn't sold out the year that I went. And this year, like I think about 4 weeks ago, they'd sold 13,000 tickets and the stadium holds about 18,000. So I'm pretty sure now there's around 15,000 tickets being sold. So I'm honestly telling you, if it's your plan to go, pay for it. If something happens and you can't go, there is a time frame and you can get an 80% refund. But exactly like Denny said, like absolutely.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Go at every level.
Every level. It's for everybody. We're really lucky. We've got an Arbonne Advantage conference in Australia, and we can also go to the Global Training Conference. America only has Global Training Conference. They don't have an Arbonne Advantage conference as well. So you get to see all the big dogs. I'm telling you, you'll be walking through, you know, what's the name of the hotel? MGM Grand. And, you know, when Debbie Neal walks past you or you turn around and she's standing right there and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm telling you, you put your head down and you kind of brush shoulders and keep walking with her because it's just phenomenal. You get to see the most amazing people. And, yeah, definitely have it on your to-do list. And if you can go next year, go. But like Debbie said, it's a big deal, but honestly, it'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind. And you'll actually realize how big and how phenomenal the company that you are a part of is once you've seen that and once you've, you know, also seen AAC. But that's the first time I met Denny. I met Denny at the airport there. And I had actually earned an award, the Parade of Champions, and I had no idea what that was. I had no idea. I was like, what is this thing? You know, and when we went there, we realized, oh my goodness, these are world-class awards. Then the year later, Denny comes back and she's taken out every world-class award that you can achieve. So it just, and she says that going there and seeing that. Yeah, but, you know, Cass walked the stage that year, you know, 6 times as well. And going there and seeing that, you just think, oh my goodness, the people that we work with, we actually work, like, within our executive nation, the best of the best, like I'm telling you. So, yeah, definitely go if you can.
Best fun you'll ever have. So thank you so much, everybody, for plugging on tonight. It's been so awesome to have you all. Give yourself a big pat on the back for being on. It's 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night. You ain't watching TV, you're mastering the business. So you should seriously recognize that for a second and be like, I'm kind of awesome. Because you are. All right, guys. Love yous all. So proud of you for being on, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much again to Brooke and Kel. Bye.